watching KWQC TV, making a difference in the Quad Cities. Live from the Quad Cities, with Morgan Otier and Kyle Keel, this is Quad Cities Live.
Today on QCL, we will introduce you to our latest adoptable four-legged friend who comes from King's Harvest Pet Rescue in Davenport, which recently celebrated the grand opening of a new location. Plus, we'll tell you about Lightly Loved, a new initiative at the Red Barn Boutique to help families find affordable clothing for their babies. Plus, a massive flea market held only 4 times a year. We'll preview the Davenport Flea Market at the Mississippi Valley Fairgrounds set for this Sunday. You're watching Quad Cities Live on this Monday, February 17th. Thank you so much for joining us this afternoon. This week, we are putting the spotlight on small businesses. I'm Kyle Keel. My co-host Morgan Otier has the afternoon off. Our first guest is inviting all of us to experiment with eco-friendly, sustainable products that are not only good for us, they're also good for the planet. Kelsey Peisel is the founder of Zero Waste Reserve. Kelsey, thank you so much for joining us.
Yes, thank you for having me.
Welcome back. I know you were on within the last couple of years with Paula, and you've got a very unique store in Bettendorf. And, you know, we've been talking for the last half hour. You're very, very passionate about this. So give us a little bit of a background on this business.
I think that reducing waste and always being aware of what goes into the trash versus recycling is kind of just built into my DNA. I've always been very passionate about it. But I finally decided to open up a business to not only help reduce my own waste, but to help others as well. So customers can bring in their containers to our shop in Bettendorf, and they can refill versus buying a new container each time they run out. So things like shampoo, conditioner, laundry soap, body wash, all sorts of things. Yeah.
So tell us a little bit more about how you you really work to help customers reduce their environmental impact. I know a big thing for you is keeping plastic out of our landfills. I know it's very easy to take a plastic bottle, just throw it in the trash, but as we know, this just ends up in a landfill and it's not good for the environment.
Right. So a lot of people don't know that plastic, even if it does make it into the recycling bin, it doesn't always get recycled. So only about 9% of plastic globally is actually recycled.
Really?
The rest goes to the landfill, and there it breaks down to little pieces of microplastics where it ends up in our ocean, it ends up making it back into our food chain, and we end up eating it too. So it's very harmful.
And your business has helped divert more than 13,000 containers going into the landfill and ocean.
Right.
13,000.
Yes. So that's all customers either refilling or also opting for things that are plastic free, like our plastic free deodorants. We also count those in there as well. So but yeah, 13,000.
Right. So you've brought an array of products that you have. So talk about some of your top selling items.
Top selling laundry is #1.
Yes.
Absolutely. So
we all can relate.
Yes. 1 tablespoon per load is all you need for our laundry concentrates. You can do 2 for things that are a little bit more soiled, but that's definitely very popular. Toilet bombs. So these replace that plastic squeezy bottle of blue cleaner that goes into your toilet. So instead of using that, you drop one of these in there. Shower steamers are over here. Those are...
I mean, you open this up. This is eucalyptus and mint. I mean, you open this up, like you said, it'll clear your sinuses.
It will. So it's supposed to be like a spa-like experience, but it will clear out your sinuses if you're not feeling well. So,
you can definitely smell it here. And these are all sustainable and good for the environment.
Right. And we also focus on natural and non-toxic ingredients. So like you said, better for us, better for our planet.
So one thing that I found very interesting, you know, we're all trying to be more environmentally friendly, just the little things, like maybe replacing a plastic straw. So you've got straws that are actually made of pasta. I had never heard of this before.
Yep. So they feel like plastic, but they are made out of pasta. So you could actually end up eating it, but we don't recommend that.
Don't put it in some boiling water with sauce.
No. So we have tested it out. They're good for 2 hours, but my oldest did leave one in the sink, and it eventually turned into a circle because it is a noodle.
Oh, yeah,
but we're also about reducing waste. So for those who want to use a straw but don't want plastic, it's a really good option.
All right. So talk about some of the other products you have here.
So we've got reusable paper towels, reusable kitchen sponges. Those are actually made locally, which is great. We also have tallow. Tallow is a really popular product lately. These are made in Clinton. So we're trying to support local businesses as well as other small businesses that have the same mission as us. This is a washing bag for synthetic clothing, so it stops microplastics that are shedding off of our clothing from going down the drain. Instead, it catches it in the bag, and then you take it out and throw it in the trash and dispose of it properly.
So one thing, obviously you provide all of this for your customers, but this is also educating the public on ways to be environmentally
Yeah,
friendly.
I sure hope so. I also really like to post on social media often about, ways to reduce waste and about overconsumption and things like that. So I do try to teach people and hopefully inspire them to make better choices.
Okay, so yeah, a couple of years ago, about a year and a half ago, you opened your storefront in Bettendorf near the TBK Sports Complex. How's that been going for you?
Great. It is so great. We see new faces every week, so I'm not sure how that's happening, but thank you, everybody, for coming in.
Good word of mouth.
Yep, and then we also are at the Farmers Market outdoors when that starts in May, so I'll be there every Saturday with our products as well.
Okay, perfect. And we're looking at your storefront right now, which you used to kind of share a storefront with another local business, but we love to hear this. 2 local businesses needed to grow and expand, so they left, and you were able to expand your business as well.
Yeah, I think it worked out great for both of us. We were both ready to grow, but it was a great way to start sustainably. So, and that's exactly what we're all about. So. And
I'm going to be completely honest. I had never heard of Zero Waste Reserve until you came into the studio today, and you were telling me that that's a common thing that you get, especially at the farmers market.
Right. Yeah. A lot of people are shocked that we exist, but they're excited. So I love their enthusiasm. But yeah, it seems like word of mouth is the best way for people to learn about our store. So.
And what's the reaction when people come into your store?
Like it's almost slightly overwhelming because there's a lot of things to look at. So I try not to talk everyone's ear off. I let them look around, but I'm always there if anyone has questions. But they seem very pleased with it. We try to make it very comfy in there and inviting. So that's the reaction that we seem to get.
Yeah, very, very bright and welcoming based on your pictures. And I do want to point out that these jars you see here, these are not the actual size that you have in the store. These were just made easier. So, I mean, you have large 5-gallon containers, right?
Yes, they're huge containers at our shop. For ease of transport, this is what I brought today.
Yeah.
And this is also the size I take to farmers market just because I try to I have about 16 jugs like this that I take there to try to take as many products as possible. But yeah, in our shop, we have huge 5-gallon jugs to refill from.
Sure. Okay, so say we have some empty jugs at our house. Can we bring them into your shop and get our own shampoo or conditioner?
Yep,
or
absolutely. You're always welcome to bring in your own containers. We do have a section of upcycled containers that new customers can choose an upcycled container and refill that. Okay. Regardless of what option you choose, we weigh it first. So you're only getting charged for what goes inside, never for the weight of the container.
Okay. Perfect, and all for a better environment.
Yes.
Helps us and helps the environment, that's for sure. Well, Zero Waste Reserve is located in Bettendorf by the TBK Bank Sports Complex. Hours, 11 to 6, Tuesday through Saturday, and noon to 5 on Sunday. You can also shop online by heading to zerowastereserve.com. And as Kelsey mentioned, starting in May, they'll be at the Outdoor Freight House Farmers Market as well. Kelsey, thanks for stopping by
Thank you for having me.
This was fantastic.
Yes.
All right, well, next on Quad Cities Live, it's Adoptable Four-Legged Friends Day. We'll introduce you to Champ and talk about ways you can support King's Harvest Pet Rescue all this week. It is Monday, which means it is time to feature an adoptable four-legged friend. And this week's furry friend looking for a forever home comes from King's Harvest Pet Rescue in Davenport, which now has a brand new location. Jay Davis joins us now from King's Harvest. Jay, thank you for joining us today.
Hey, thank you for having me.
Yeah, of course. And thank you for bringing someone's new best friend. This is Champ. He's a little tuckered out because he's a people person, isn't he?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, he is a lover.
Look at how he wants a belly rub here.
Oh, he always wants a belly rub.
Look at him.
Oh, yeah.
All right, so tell us a little bit more about Champ. He's about 2 years old, right?
So Champ's actually 3.
Okay.
Champ comes to us from Oklahoma. He's a very well-tempered dog. He does have, one single drawback, and that's that he's a little bit of a jelly bean. So he doesn't really care for other dogs, but boy, does he sure care for the people.
No, yes, he does. He came right up to me and was sniffing me, wiggling his tail. So, yeah, he's definitely a people person. And he came to you in pretty rough shape, right?
Yeah, I mean, he had a few different issues. He was dealing with something called Ehrlichia, Lyme disease as well. But with the love and care that he's received, he's actually doing quite well with us.
He's found a new friend, Teresa Bryant.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, well. Let's get Champ a new home. So he's definitely there. He is as a little puppy.
Come on,
there.
Pupper.
Look at him.
I was trying to get him
So does he like to play fetch?
So he does. He has. I've left his favorite toy is a little pink ball.
Yeah, we saw a picture there. Yeah.
Carries with him everywhere, and of course I set it on the desk before I left. But that will go with him when he goes home. Yeah, he's very treat-led. He loves his ball, but it's all about the treats if you want any tricks out of him.
What's the treats? Yeah, I mean, you mentioned he is a people person, and any person that comes nearby, they
oh yeah, gotta get some love.
Yeah,
gotta check in.
He definitely wants the love as well. So I know you have a foster program. You want to keep him on the force so he can get adopted, but you're always looking for people who can foster some of those animals that may need to kind of bridge the gap between the shelter and finding a new home.
We sure are. I actually started my relationship with King's Harvest as a foster, and we do have lots of opportunities, to foster, younger dogs with special needs. But coming up in the spring, we're going to have lots and lots of kittens that are going to need somewhere to hang out.
Kitten season. So let's talk about the new, larger location for King's Harvest. So we've been talking about this for quite a while. You kind of outgrew your space originally. So you've got the new location that is located Holden Drive.
Yep, 21110 Holden Drive.
All right. You've memorized that pretty well.
I sure have.
So you guys had the big grand opening over the weekend. How'd that go?
We did. It went really, really well.
Okay.
Part of that celebration was a silent auction and raffle fundraiser that's still going on. It's actually going on until Saturday. Yeah,
so let's talk about that. We have all week long to get in on that. So people just donate some money and they get put into that raffle?
Absolutely. So we have some signage up that's got the ticket prices. The more tickets you buy, the better deal you get. They start out at $1 a ticket. And then you just kind of, place it in the cup near the item that you'd like to get the raffle. We also have silent auction items. There's some pretty exciting stuff. I unfortunately won't be able to mention everybody that was generous with us, but I would like to give a shout out to Elevate Trampoline Park.
Yeah.
There's some pretty cool stuff out there in the silent auction from Elevate available for bids. It's 90-minute sessions, groups of 10, and the bids start at $20.
$20. That's a good deal for Elevate Trampoline Park, I will say that. So how can people get involved in this raffle?
Yeah, just come out and see us. One of us will be up front at the window selling raffle tickets, and just come make yourselves at home, wander around, meet some dogs, and maybe you'll find something you'd like to take home.
All right, and you can see those tables set up at the shelter for that silent auction. Several different baskets to choose from, and obviously with the new building comes, different costs, so any little bit certainly will help. So if people are interested in adopting a dog or a cat at your shelter, what's the process like? Is it a pretty quick process?
It is a pretty quick process because, it's all about the dogs at the end of the day. We do our very best to provide them the protection of vetting people pretty thoroughly. So we do require that you have an application on file, but once we get through that process, you're able to go in, meet the dogs, take them into meet and greet rooms, and from there, once we find the one you like, it's a pretty quick and easy process.
Yeah, because the goal is definitely to keep them in the home and not have them end up back in the shelter. So you definitely want to do your homework and make sure that they're going to the right place. So if you want to adopt Champ or any of the other animals there, dogs, cats, you can visit the website, King's Harvest, petrescue.org. There you can also find links to all of their services available. And of course, you can follow them on Facebook to get a look at the latest events coming up, as well as some of the adoptable pets as well. Always posting some.
We do our very best to keep everybody up there so they can be seen. So.
All right, Jay, Champ. Thank you so much.
Right, thank you. We appreciate the opportunity.
Of course. Coming up on QCL, Lightly Loved Little Linens. It's a new initiative at the Red Barn Boutique, helping families find more affordable clothing for their babies. We'll talk to the owner after the break.
You're watching Quad Cities Live.
Parents who are about to welcome a new bundle of joy know how overwhelming it can be to find everything that you need for the baby at an affordable price. And now there's a new place to shop for affordable baby clothes in Geneseo. Ashley Marshall is the owner and founder of the Red Barn Boutique and joins us now in studio. Ashley, welcome back to the show.
Hey, always great to be here.
Yeah, always great to see you as well. So, you've been open at the Red Barn, at your storefront at least, for a couple of years now in Geneseo. Now there's a new section that people can shop from. It's called Lightly Loved Little Linens. And this is a project that is really only, a month old?
Yeah, I just announced it like early January, and we already have all kinds of clothes.
Yeah, this is awesome to see the feedback from the community. So what was your idea to get this little section of your store open?
So I'm pregnant.
Yes.
I'm due any day, really.
Excited for you.
Yeah, thank you. So, I was looking at like Facebook Marketplace and all these places to find, hand-me-downs, and because brand new baby clothes are ridiculous.
They are.
Priced. So I just, it's kind of like eliminating like the not the middleman, but like making me the middleman so people don't have to set up times on Facebook Marketplace to go, and it's just a lot. So yeah, just thought it'd be a good way to create a space for people to find affordable baby clothing.
Yeah, I think affordable is the key there, and kind of convenience to find it all in one place.
Yep.
My little girl's 3 months old now, and we're just finding that we need 3 to 6 month clothing.
Right.
So I think I might have to make
These
a trip out
Crocs
to
might
Redmond.
work for her.
The Crocs, yeah. Hey, spring is right around the corner. So speaking of that, you kind of are taking this season by season. So you are accepting donations of clothing items that are in season, correct?
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, Halloween clothes, definitely not right now.
Sure.
But
Eventually.
we'll be taking, shorts and short sleeves, and I mean, we got a couple cute pairs of boys' shorts
cute,
here. But yeah, it's coming up, luckily.
All right, so what are some of the clothing items? I know we have some socks here.
Yeah.
Obviously a lot of onesies.
Right, we have sleepers. We have, these are like weighted
Yeah, look at these.
swaddle, or not swaddles,
Sleepers.
sleepers.
Yeah.
I'm still learning. I'm gonna be a new mom, so we're learning all the terminology.
Kind of a swaddler. I would call this more of a sleeper.
Yeah,
but,
sleeper. Yeah.
oh yeah, they like that weight on them.
Kind of,
little-
yeah, like a weighted blanket, but
Yeah,
for
that'll
kids
help 'em, yeah,
or
for
babies.
kids. Okay.
I really like these. They're that magnetic me, so they're like magnetic, and then they just
Oh,
kinda
gosh.
close up.
I've
like
never had
so,
one of those
I
with
know.
either of my or any of my 3 kids.
We have a few of those.
Yeah.
Onesies. We have this pillow.
Little boppy?
The little boppy.
Yeah.
Nursing pillow. Like everything, really. I mean, I'm gonna throw that on the floor because.
All right, so we've got a list of all the items that you'll find at Lightly Loved Little Linens there. Socks, gloves, tights, shoes, hats, and you've got some pretty big name brands as well.
Yeah, like Oshkosh, Kate Quinn. We have Crocs, Toms, Sperry. I mean, yeah, good brands, and just they have all been really good quality too.
Yeah, and I think that this is good for parents who, they know that their family is complete, but you've got all of these baby clothes. I've got 3 kids worth now.
Right.
Instead of just having them sit and collect dust in the basement, this is a good opportunity to give back, and this would be a good place to donate.
Yeah, I've had moms bring in big totes full of things, and I go through it, and it's a lot, but it's been interesting. I've been learning through it myself.
Sure. Yeah, this new endeavor for you. So they can drop it off at the shop then?
Yep.
Okay.
They bring it in. I kind of go through it. They can browse around, shop around, and they fill out a little form for what they brought in, and yeah, we just kind of go from there.
So the key here is gently used. You want everything to be in good shape.
Yes, for sure. Not like dirty or torn, or because just don't want that.
Yeah, and you're also taking donations of things like pacifiers and bottles. You don't want the used,
Yep.
obviously.
No, if you're donating a pacifier bottle, like we want them in their packaging. But yeah, we take pillows, just any little things that you don't need anymore.
Yeah, that would be useful for someone who's expecting a little baby here any day now. So you took your personal experience and you were just like, you know what, this could help other parents
Yeah,
as well.
Selfishly, it's kind of helped me too.
Yeah, most definitely. And it's not just for the babies as well, because you actually take toddler and little kid clothing
Yeah,
as well.
we go newborn to 5T. So I know we have like a little 5T jacket here. Yeah, all kinds of sizes.
Yeah, all kinds of stuff. So what's the response been like? Have you been getting people coming from far away from Geneseo?
Yeah, I haven't really. Most people are in or around Geneseo that bring stuff in.
Okay.
I mean, the first several weeks it was just dead. I'm like, okay, when are you gonna bring stuff in?
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, it just kept piling in, and I've had people come in and buy stuff that I haven't even tagged yet. Like, it's just sitting on my counter, waiting to be tagged and put out, and yeah, they're loving it. It's really picked up lately.
Yeah, so what are some other exciting things happening at the Red Barn?
We just had a Galentine's Day event, which was really fun. We worked with the Humane Society on that. Honestly, I've been kind of trying to wind back now with the baby on the way.
I can imagine.
But yeah, we're excited for spring. Clothes, shorts, dresses, the lighter clothes, the cold weather to be gone.
Yeah.
But yeah, just kind of preparing for baby to be in the store,
Little
Little
There's gonna be a new
Brock.
mascot. I was gonna say, Brock's gonna have a little friend. Running around the store in no time, crawling around here first.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, you'll find the Lightly Loved Little Linens at the Red Barn, located on South State Street in downtown Geneseo, Illinois. The store is open 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. Tuesday through Friday, and from 10 to 4 on Saturday. You can find all the Red Barn has to offer at shoptheredbarn.com. And you can also visit their Facebook page for little updates and a little update on little baby Marco
Yeah,
as
we'll
well.
be sharing that.
All right. Well, congratulations,
Thank
Ashley,
you.
on your new arrival here soon, and congrats on your new endeavor at the Red Barn.
Thank you. Thank you so
All right,
much.
thanks for joining us. Well, coming up in the next half hour of QCL, we're going to learn more about the workshops at the 4-H Clover Bud Academy happening this weekend at Western Illinois University's Quad Cities campus. And later this Sunday is the first of 4 Davenport flea markets at the Mississippi Valley Fairgrounds this year. We preview some of the vendors at this weekend's market. But first, the bitter cold has a grip across Iowa and Illinois. Your full First Alert forecast with Teresa Bryan is coming up next.
And now your First Alert forecast with Teresa Bryant.
And it's been a very chilly day. We started off with temperatures in the sub-zero to single-digit range and not seeing much of a warm-up. And so that First Alert day does continue, not only through the rest of today, but as we continue into Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday morning. Looking at dangerously cold temperatures and wind chills that could range from -20 to -35 in some locations. So frostbite, hypothermia, a real threat during that period. Right now in the Quad Cities, readings only at 7 degrees, and we have winds moving out of the northwest at 12, with making it feel like -8 out there. So temperatures and wind chills very much on the cold side. Only 0 right now as actual air temperatures in Galena, Dubuque, and Maquoketa, 4 above in the Clinton area, 11 degrees in Princeton and Kewaunee, 5 in Washington, 7 degrees in the Mount Pleasant area. And again, looking at winds moving out of the northwest at about 10 to 15 miles per hour, and gusts of up to 20 miles per hour in some locations, making it feel like 22 below in Maquoketa, -3 in Kewaunee, -11 in the Rock Falls area. Feels like 19 below 0 in Dubuque and Galena. Again, those feels like temperatures getting even colder later tonight, quickly approaching 30 degrees below 0 in some locations, and not really rising all of that much. We will continue to see some breezy conditions as we head through Tuesday and into Wednesday as well. And so those feels like temperatures expected to remain below 0 over the course of the next several days. So we are looking at an extreme cold warning for the northwestern portions of our viewing area, and also looking at a cold weather advisory just about everywhere else, especially to the south and east, both in effect until noon on Tuesday. Now, we are looking at some scattered cloud cover still making its way through the area. A little bit of light snow down to the south, may see a flurry or two, but other than that, quiet weather conditions as we head through the overnight. A sunny start to the day, but then we'll start to see more clouds moving in, especially during the afternoon hours. Temperatures for tonight dropping down to 6 below 0 under mostly cloudy skies. Wind chills down to -25. And here in the Quad Cities area, we are looking at readings reaching into the single digits north for tomorrow afternoon. 5 degrees in Stockton, 6 in DeWitt. A temperature of 9 degrees expected in Geneseo, 10 in Aquaka, and the Quad Cities expecting a reading of 7 degrees. Again, partly sunny and very cold. And it looks like that cold weather is going to continue again. First Alert days in effect for Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. We finally start to see temperatures on the uptick back into the 20s on Friday and 30s for Saturday. And look at this. Can you believe it? After a week of very cold air, temperatures quickly reaching the 40-degree mark. That's a possibility for Sunday. So we are definitely looking for a little bit of light at the end of this tunnel. Warmer temperatures expected by the weekend.
Yeah, definitely looking forward to that 40 degrees, Teresa. Especially,
Same.
you know, we've been through these cold snaps here. It seems like this one's a little more prolonged, so that 40 degrees is going to be well worth the wait.
And folks are definitely going to want to take the proper precautions, you know, wear the right type of clothing and put on those layers, make sure you have those hats and gloves, and take care of yourself in this weather.
Definitely. I need to take that advice. Forgot my gloves this morning.
No.
So, yeah, not good. I'll have them tonight, though.
Okay.
All right. Thanks, Steve. Coming up on QCL, there are several interactive workshops geared toward the young explorers in your life at this Saturday's 4-H Clover Bud Academy. We'll learn more and how to get your youngster involved next.
You're watching Quad Cities Live.
Learn by doing. That's the goal of a hands-on learning event presented by the 4-H Clover Buds. We're talking about the 4-H Clover Bud Academy. Joining me now is Kristen Parcher, the 4-H program coordinator with the University of Illinois Extension. Kristen, welcome to QCL.
Yeah, thank you for having me today.
Yes, of course. So this is for a group of kids aged 5 to 7. So we've got kind of a tight range here, but you're going to be covering a lot at the Academy here coming up this weekend.
Yeah, so there is 5 sessions that they can attend from 9 to noon this Saturday, February 22nd at the Quad Cities campus for Western Illinois. And they kind of get to go through those. A cool experience for our teen leaders. So we're involving some of the older 4-H kids that we have, and they're going to be the group leaders and things like that, and they'll take them around to the 5 sessions. Some of the 5 sessions, one is PBS Kids will be there, WQPT is going to do a session. And then we'll have entomology, which is what we're going to be talking about and exploring
Learn all about the insects. Kids love their bugs.
Yes, yeah. So that's a fun one. And then we'll have a visual arts session, and then embryology, which is like hatching chickens and things like that, so the life cycles of chickens. And then we'll also do like a healthy eating exercise one.
Sure. So what is the main goal of the Clover Bud Academy?
Yeah, so we have a little bit of a target audience here with the 5 to 7-year-olds. So it's helping them get out, learn outside of the school setting, branch out and meet a few other local kids, and be able to learn outside of the club setting. So 4-H is a club setting, but the 5 to 7-year-olds is more of an exploratory group. So this is offering them an event to be able to get outside the club and find a little bit more about what 4-H is all about.
And this is a good activity to get the kids inside with this bitter cold. You know, it might be fun to sled and all that stuff, but this will give kids a chance to have fun in a warm environment and really learn as well. So the idea here is to learn, but make learning fun.
Right. So we want to have that educational component. So most of the sessions will start with an educational component that our teen teachers are teaching at the beginning, and then they'll end with something fun like the hex bugs. Or they will do like an exercise at the end of the session to get them up and moving. So it's kind of like school, but a little bit more fun. Okay, so the hex bugs little activity is going to happen after the nature and entomology program. So I've never heard of these things. So describe to us what a hex bug is. I mean, they look like bugs. Yeah, they do, and they appear more like a cockroach. So you might think they're kind of gross, but I think they're kind of fun and entertaining. We like to run them around and have a little bit of fun with them. But basically, they're like a little introduction to STEM and robotics. So they have a little watch battery in them, and they vibrate. So the vibration causes them to walk around. And then the goal with this end of the workshop is to have them build either a maze or like sort of like a little, now it's gonna go around, but then it's like a cage to keep them in. And like the one you were holding is a little bit bigger. The black one. And you have to build those taller because they will knock them over and try to escape. So they're little escape artists, kind of getting away like actual bugs. But yeah, so they're super fun, and they keep adults and children entertained for a little bit. I was gonna say, so you make these little barriers with Jenga blocks. Yeah, so you can use Jenga blocks. I haven't tried Legos, but I'm sure some Legos would work. So common household toys you might have, like even this would work. So cardboard things to help kids get creative and keep them contained. Yeah, so do these kind of sense where the barriers are, or is it just kind of like a random chaotic? Yeah, I think it's randomly chaotic. It's just a little vibration. It's not like your Roomba vacuum or anything that like bumps in and turns around. But these help them kind of contain, and it just has these little legs that move freely, so it bumps into something and turns the other way and scurries away. So I'm sure this is going to be a big draw for the kids as well, and I'm sure that they're going to create various different mazes. Yes, I hope so. It'll be fun to see. Yeah, so there's still some spots available for this Saturday as well, right? Yep, so we only have like 15 to 20 spots filled. I didn't check today, so I'm not sure the number exactly, but we hope to have them registered by the 19th, just so we can divide groups and have name tags and things ready once the kids get there, and we don't, we don't embrace the chaos. Yes, very, very chaotic, but in the best way possible. So, so you
open this to about 50 kids. So, I mean, you still have plenty of room.
Yes.
And you don't have to be just an Illinois resident. I know you
Right.
only cover a few counties in Illinois. What is it? Mercer, Henry, Stark,
And Rock Island.
and Rock Island
Yep.
counties. So you can be outside of those counties to get some fun with these little hex bugs and everything else that's offered at the 4-H Clover Bud Academy. So what is your hope for this academy?
Yeah, our hope is to be able to provide a fun experience and exploratory opportunity to introduce those 5 to 7-year-olds into 4-H.
Yeah.
And using our teen teachers and 4-H Federation kiddos, they're able
Yeah.
to see, you know, what they can do and what they can grow into within 4-H and what those leadership opportunities, I know they're only 5 to 7, but you know,
Yeah,
those
hey,
parents
start
get
'em young.
introduced to
Yeah.
those 4-H opportunities, and hopefully we can get more people interested in 4-H.
Yeah, I was going to say it's a good opportunity to learn more about 4-H. I know it's a great foundation for many people as they go through their childhood and then teenhood and right into adulthood. So once again, the 4-H Clover Bud Academy, it's happening this Saturday, February 22nd from 9 a.m. to noon at Western Illinois University's Quad Cities campus in Moline. The cost is just $5 and it's open to ages 5 through 7. There's still time to register. Head to go.illinois.edu/4-H Cloverbud 2025. You have that information on your screen as well as that phone number. And again, you just have a couple more days. You said February 19th, you want everyone registered?
Yeah, we prefer February
Okay.
19th, just to make sure we can get all organized and be ready for Saturday morning.
Yeah, all right. Well, sounds like a good time. Thank you so much, Kristen. We really appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
Of course. Well, coming up next on Quad Cities Live, dozens of local and regional vendors will converge on the Mississippi Valley Fairgrounds this weekend for the first Davenport Flea Market of the year. We'll preview some of those vendors and let you know how you can get involved later in the year. Coming up next. Coming up tomorrow on QCL, the 16th annual Have Life Martini Shake-Off is happening a little bit later this week. We're going to preview the evening's event supporting the Have Life Foundation. And if you're looking for something warm to do inside to beat the winter blues, consider heading to the Putnam Museum in Bettendorf. We'll preview the newest traveling exhibit, Mystery of the Mayan Medallion. Of course, the Putnam Museum is in Davenport, not Bettendorf. Regardless, you'll want to see this preview and much more tomorrow when you join us for Quad Cities Live. Well, for decades, the Davenport Flea Market has been a place for small businesses to get their name out there and allow the Quad Cities to find one-of-a-kind items. The 2025 Davenport Flea Market is happening this Sunday over at the Mississippi Valley Fairgrounds. Mike Salter runs the market and is joining us now in studio with a preview. Mike, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thanks for having us. Appreciate it.
Yes, of course. So the Davenport Flea Market has been around for decades, more than 50 years. Well, it's not been run by you, but it runs in the family because your cousin was actually the person who started this back in the 70s.
Yep, Robert Balzer. He started back in the early 70s.
Okay.
And he decided to retire, and I enjoyed going to it and worked for him when I was a kid, and I just took it over.
So what made you decide that you wanted to take it over? Obviously, you enjoy it, but there's got to be just something about seeing all these different items that come in each and every year.
Well, initially I just like to go shop it myself, so that's why I took it over, and I was planning on selling at it, but I'm too busy setting up the dealers and putting it on, so I don't usually get set up myself.
Sure. I was going to say, you have your work cut out for you, especially this week because it's happening this weekend. So how many vendors are you going to have at the market this weekend?
We usually have around 50 vendors.
50 vendors?
Yep. And if the weather's nice, they'll come outside too. And
Okay.
This weekend, it's possible we'll have outdoors if the wind's not blowing.
Yeah, I mean 30s and 40s for late February. That's not too bad, right? Yeah. All right, so we have some of those items that are across the screen. Again, we're talking one-of-a-kind items that not only come locally, but you get some regional vendors too, right?
Oh, sure. Yeah, usually we get some vendors that are as far as Des Moines, I'd say.
Okay.
So 3 hours out usually. I got one called from Chicago just yesterday that he's on the standby list because we're sold out this weekend.
Hey,
but you have a standby list. If you're interested, you can call the number and we'll get you on the standby list. But we'll have a good mix.
Okay, so if you're one of those vendors out there that wants to get on that standby list or you want to be a part of a future market, again, this is held 4 times a year, right?
Yes. Yeah, every 3 months, the last Sunday of the month, usually. Usually. We had to back off August because the motorcycle show was in August. So
sure.
1 week early in August. So.
Okay, so the dates are set here for 2025. Obviously, we have it coming up this Sunday, February 23rd. There's also one May 25th, August 24th, and November 30th. So what does a vendor have to do to be a part of this show?
Just give me a call. We kind of like to keep it vintage, antique, collectibles, not so much craft stuff.
Sure.
But just give me a call, and we can usually get you in. The other 3 shows are during the spring and the summer. This one's kind of tight because of the weather. Usually we just have the indoors only. But yeah, we can get you on the standby list if you're interested for this one. There might be some cancellations.
Okay, so in the warmer months, do you typically have maybe more vendors who come?
Yeah, we have them outside too.
Because you have the outside, the outside portion. So what building is this going to be held in?
It'll be the Expo building, which is right next to the grandstand.
All right, perfect. So again, February 23rd, mark your calendars. So you brought some of these vintage items in here, and some of these are very vintage. What drew my eye first are these ornaments right here. I mean, on this box it says 49 cents, so that kind of gives you an idea of how old these are.
Yeah, I guess they're pretty popular. I don't know too much about them, but one of my vendors that's setting up this weekend brought these in, so I guess they're pretty popular. So we get a little bit of everything. I mean, there's art, jewelry, coins, toys, just a little bit of everything. I kind of brought a little mix here to kind of give an idea, but we get a lot of bigger items and some furniture too. But good mix.
One item that I do see on the end toward that flea market sign is an Isabel Bloom that happened to be in my house during my childhood, so I guess that's vintage now?
Yeah, I think this one was 1986, I believe, but there's
1986. Wow.
Yeah.
Producer Claire, she says she's got that seal Isabel Bloom at her house too. Wow.
Yeah.
I guess looking at some of this stuff might not make people feel very young anymore, I suppose. But what do you have next to that? Is this what is in this jug here?
That's another tin from one of my vendors that's setting up this weekend.
Okay.
Salt oysters tins. They're pretty popular. There seems to be a lot of tin collectors. So.
I was going to say, we got another tin can here. Which one's this?
This is a
potato chip.
Potato chip can.
Ah, yes. Okay. So we obviously have, we're in Deere country. We got some John Deere toys here, I guess you could say.
Yeah, there's a lot of toy vendors usually. There'll be some jewelry.
Yeah, let's talk about this jewelry. I mean, you got a wide array here, quite a bit of vintage jewelry here.
Yeah, the silver and the turquoise is real popular. The gold's so expensive, it's kind of hard to buy gold jewelry anymore at these gold prices.
Sure.
So a lot of people are into the silver more than they were.
We've got plenty of jewelry, and of course, I know there's a lot of coin collectors here in the Quad Cities. You've got plenty of coins here on display. I'm sure you have much more that are going to be at the market, but silver's a big thing this year.
It's real popular. Yeah, the metals have been attracting a lot of attention here.
Okay, so we've got many different ones here. A lot of these, this says from 1959, so pure silver, you're telling me?
90% silver.
90%
Everything 1964 and earlier on the quarters, dimes, and halves are 90% silver.
Okay, so when people come to a market like this, a flea market, what are they coming for? Are there any items that are more popular than others?
Some people come, they're looking to sell their merchandise.
Yeah.
And a lot of people have collections that they're just wanting to add to, but we also do appraisals for valuations if anybody's interested in getting something valued. If they want to know what it's worth, we can help them with that.
Okay, so some of the other items here, we've got a Michael Jordan, a Space Jam figurine here. This, I bet, will be very popular.
Yeah, there's seems to be a lot of toy activity there.
Yeah.
We have several vendors with toys, so that one actually came from my shop. I brought that up because to let people know about all the toy interest.
Yeah, talk about your shop a little bit.
We have a shop just down the hill here at 318 Brady Street called Neat Stuff. And there's everything from art, antiques, jewelry, guns, collectibles, vintage, just a good mix of everything.
All right, there you go. So if you can't make it to the market here coming up on Sunday, you can go to Neat Stuff there on Brady Street. This thing's pretty cool as well.
Yeah, that's actually a liquor decanter.
That's I've not seen it. It's the Iowa Hog.
Iowa Hog liquor decanter.
The Iowa Hog. So you can see these items and much more at the Davenport Flea Market. It's happening again this Sunday, February 23rd at the Mississippi Valley Fairgrounds. There's also 3 other markets coming up later this year. So if you're a vendor and you want to get in contact with Mike, you can do that by going to the Facebook page or contacting him. General admission is $3 per person from 8 to 2 p.m. The early bird admission from 7 to 8 a.m. item rather, is $5 per person. Of course, you can visit facebook.com/Davenport Flea Market for more information. Mike, thanks so much for showing off some of the items.
Thank you, Kyle. Nice to meet you.
Yeah, nice to meet you as well. And thank you so much for watching Quad Cities Live. Your local news at 4 with Sharon is coming up next. Have a great evening.